Welcome to this episode of Coach Hot. Today we're gonna cover skin redness removal, which usually is a big help for anytime you shoot anybody that's lighter tone, and I kind of have a little bit more redness on their chest or ears or any other problem areas. Gotta do a simple trick for that. So let's get started. The image that we're gonna use is the image that I shot. It's a model, I believe her name is Ash, and I know the makeup artist is my good friend Iris. She did amazing on the makeup, and mind you, this image already has been, the skin has been cleaned up and, made all dewy and silk. I'll go over that in another video, but today we're focused on the redness. As you see, she has a lot of redness around her ear, but we're gonna make that simple clean up. We're gonna do hue saturation, adjustment layer. You can get to it from that little icon right there or the layer menu. But we're gonna focus on the red, so you want to select the reds. Now, once you're here, there's two things that you're going to be affecting. You want to first increase the redness so you can actually see all the redness that's in the whole image and the skin and everything. But you want to target problem areas. So to do that, you want to, this right here, it's pretty much the range of redness that's in the image. So you want to cut out the yellows. You want to bring that in closer to those two middle bars. As you get closer, you'll see it starting to cut out a lot and leave you with the areas. And like I say, you can do this as much to target the area than pretty much have it, because I definitely want to fix the ear redness a little bit on the face, a little bit of overly red on the face, and definitely the chest area. So once you have that, you want to take that saturation back down to 0 so you can see what you're doing. And to kind of counteract the red, you want to add blue. So the U dial, want to take that and kind of go push it towards the blue area. Just pay attention, you can see, and the ear, that's one of the biggest problems there. You kind of see that's evening out. But what it's doing is affecting every red that's in the image at this moment. Even like in our eyeshadows, our lips, we don't want it to be all washed out. We just want to fix it a little bit. So now, after that, mind you, I always want to rename your layers as your retoucher so you can kind of keep track of where you're at. Then you can go select the layer mask. If you're not familiar with layer mask, it's pretty much exactly kind of what it says. It's a mask over the layer. Anything that you see that's white is going to be shown. Anything that's black is going to be hidden. Right now, it's default. Everything is shown. So to invert that, we're going to make that all black. To do that, you go to the Command I. Now it's back to the original image. And from there, should be pretty easy. Now it's just a matter of painting your areas. You're going to get your paintbrush. You always want to make sure it's at opacity 100, flow at 100. And like I said, now since everything is hidden, we want to unhide the parts that we want to change. So we want to make sure your brush is white. If you don't know how to get to that, you just click on it and you can select it. We already selected white, so we don't have to do anything. And now you want to adjust the brush size a little bit. As you start painting, we're going to start with the ears. And the beauty about it, it's only going to be targeting the areas that you painted, affecting areas that you painted. So, we can go, it's kind of like painting by numbers. Really simple. And you want to watch problem areas that you don't want to change. Like I said, I don't want to make our lips all pale. I want to leave that eyeshadow, that iris there beautifully. But we can go over everything else and kind of even out her skin tone. And this is Photoshop. There's probably 10 other either ways to do this, but I'm showing you one way that I use that always works for me. See that red is more moving out, and sometimes you might want to zoom in to get a little bit more specific, especially when you get around more particular areas. Like the mouth, so you don't want to go over the mouth, you can go right around it. And I believe we're done with the face. That's looking good to me. Maybe missed a couple of spots, but might take a little bit of time, but you'll eventually just become second nature. That's what I hope. Now, we can kind of zoom out and make our brush a little bit bigger and touch the neck. Like I say, this is all a preference. Some you might want to leave the redness in, but sometimes if you're like me, sometimes those red spots really get it throws off the image for me personally. And I'm probably going to go select the color range a little bit better right here, but that's something you're going to perfect. But yeah, for me, for the video, we're pretty much where we at. And now you can go for an after. And you remove the redness. And that's that. So thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe, repost, do something. Just let me know you support it. And we're out.